Brussels has smashed into a full-blown wall with London as the EU demands eye-watering billions for access to its safe defence scheme, a program now chained to Europe's frantic rearmament surge and warped almost entirely around Ukraine's wartime needs, no matter the cost or consequence.
My message to the EU is what it's always been. We want a deal. Back in May, the President von der Leyen talked about a deal within weeks on SAFE, and we've been negotiating at each stage, ready for a deal, but also clear. Clear that we're ready to pay a contribution to the costs of running the scheme. That's fair. Ready to pay if there is good value for money for our taxpayers and our industry.
Healey's warning hits Brussels like a brick. The EU is pushing London for an eye-watering $4.5 to $6.7 billion fee, a demand British officials call breathtaking, especially since the UK would not be allowed to borrow a single euro under the scheme and would simply help churn out weapons for Europe's Ukraine-driven agenda.
And we've waited weeks within the negotiations for the chance to see the European proposals in some important areas. And for us, we're ready to be part of this scheme, but we're not ready to be willing at any price. And for us as the UK, we have an industry that's second to none in Europe. We will do these deals with other European countries. We will play our part in reinforcing European security. And we recognise that responsibility we have as Britain amongst European nations, particularly those in NATO, to play that role in future, and we will, in or out of SAFE.
London's counteroffer, reportedly as low as $75 million, has set off fury inside Brussels. France is spearheading a push to lock British companies out entirely unless London caves to the EU's price tag, while other European capitals quietly admit they cannot match the UK's defence industry, even if they tried.
We welcome the UK's interest in negotiating a higher participation in SAFE. The Commission remains open to negotiate with the UK, but the contribution has to be proportionate to the benefits the UK gains from its participation.
With the November deadline closing in, insiders describe the talks as fractured, hostile, and driven by politics rather than security. Brussels wants to ring-fence its factories and enforce EU-first rules. London refuses to bankroll an EU scheme built around Ukraine's demands while giving the UK zero borrowing access and almost no say in how the money is used.
We want to reserve high percentages.
Across Europe, pressure mounts on Starmer's government to surrender to Brussels, but the message from London remains unmistakable. Britain will not fund EU protectionism, will not pay a Ukraine premium, and will not bow to a system that treats the UK as a cash machine rather than a partner, whether inside SAFE or outside it.